Welcome to the Autism Advocate Podcast. I'm your host, Laura Hales. If you're looking for tips on how to advocate for and understand your autistic child in a more meaningful way, you've come to the right place, and we're so happy to have you join us. Hello and welcome back. We have a new listener question, so let's go. It says, "Hi, my name is Sarah. My biggest, I suppose, question is what do you do when the school doesn't allow your autistic child to use their coping mechanism at school? My son loves a hanger." Pause. I love it. That is amazing. A hanger. Unpause. It's the only thing he uses to cope with. He's been having a really tough time at his new school and found out they don't allow him to have his hanger due to possibly hitting other kids, which he wouldn't do it on purpose, and I don't know what else he would use to help him through his day. I told the school they need to allow him to use what works, but like I said, they won't. What should I do? Anything you could recommend to try? That's a great question. So let me reflect on a couple of things. I will say that this is a bit of a unique question because you're not just asking about any self-regulatory tool. You're talking about something that could be used to strike somebody else, right? So my first question would be, has he used it before and accidentally, or on purpose, but accidentally or on purpose hit somebody? Would be my first question. If so, I understand their need to protect the other kids and adults. Secondly, if it hasn't, I don't see a problem with implementing it at all. Thirdly, if they find some reason or there is an accident and he does accidentally hit somebody with it, then trying a replacement self-regulatory object would make sense to me. Now here's the thing, is it sounds like you're saying this is the only thing that he has found that really regulates him, which I hear and understand. My thought is, I wonder if you can find a less hurtful, potentially a less dangerous object, meaning like a less dangerous hanger. If you could somehow cover the hanger with like either really soft material, or if you could find, those kid hangers that are like this big, or like baby hangers, if it could be something like that. I understand it will be a tough adjustment for sure. My thought is, if it's this big, something that he could, even keep in his pocket, then it's not like it could pose any real threat. As far as you trying to convince the school that this is something that's as safe as any other thing that would be allowed. So again, if you could take a regular hanger and change the texture so that it's less hurtful if he does accidentally hit somebody with it, or changing the size, whether it's a small hanger, a baby hanger that holds baby clothes or even kids' clothes. If you could make it out of like that kind of fuzzy, twisty pipe cleaner. I don't know if that's an option. If he doesn't take to it very well, if there's a way that you can incorporate his special interest, whatever that might be, whether it's a pipe cleaner that is his favorite color, whether it's a smaller hanger that's his favorite color, or whether it's a smaller hanger that you, in one area, somehow attach a piece of paper that you can put stickers of his favorite characters. I don't know if he loves Paw Patrol or Elmo or what age or interest your son might have, but something that might make it more exciting. You could also, I don't know how much pretend play your son does. My kid loves when I do like, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Oh, I don't know, what are you?" Things like that. If you can pretend that you're one of your kid's favorite characters. "Hi, I'm Scout. I'm with you, Scout. We'll help each other out. See, this is my hanger. My hanger helps me feel safe and calm. And mine's smaller because I'm just a puppy. But I'm going to let you borrow mine, okay?" Something like that. I hate to say, but also it makes sense, get real creative as far as bringing in all sorts of things that your child might like more. So it's less about, forcing them to do something and more about enticing them to want to do it themselves and to have less opposition into trying to do it. If after, a week of each of those options, it still is not effective and it just seems to need to be a hanger, I would argue for it. I would be collecting the data of when the teachers call or message or write notes home that say they were struggling with this, it was not good, you need to come pick them up, they're not getting any learning done, they're not progressing on their IEP goals. All those kind of not great feedback is data, is evidence that something is not enough, something needs to be changed. My other thought is that perhaps they could have their hanger when needed in a very specific setting and area. So whether it's once an hour, your kid has access to his preferred item, regulatory item, and it's in a certain area that he gets to do it to ensure safety of everybody else involved. So if there's like a calm down corner, if it's while he's walking in line, if it's, I don't know, when he first arrives at school and then he can put it away, if it's while he's only attending and on task with whatever he's doing, something like that. And again, that's all within cooperation with the school. There are some times on behalf of our child, there just isn't any space to compromise. It just kind of needs to be the way that you have figured out on behalf of your child. And again, if that's the case, I would advocate for that and use the data that you have collected, that the school has provided, as evidence of such. I hope that was helpful. I hope I provided some things that you maybe hadn't thought of before, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Want to submit a question? Email us at theautismadvocatepodcast@gmail.com. Follow our social media outlets and check out our shop featuring my Autism Acceptance, Children's Illustrated books, and other fun autism acceptance items. Don't forget, I'm rooting for you, and we'll see you next time.